Hello, good evening, and welcome to the sports segment here on the Joy News Pulse with me, Oriku Ampofo. Today we're looking at the top four race, which was once again been blown wide open after Manchester United's heavy defeat to Liverpool yesterday evening. Remember, results preceding that saw Arsenal and Tottenham Hotspur all pick up defeat over the weekend, and Arsenal this time round today have a second chance against Chelsea to find themselves back into a race which looks like nobody wants to win in the end. And joining me in the studio is Joel Botte of the Joy Sports team as we look at Arsenal and then the top four race in general, who looks in pole position to be picking up the final slot to qualify for the UEFA Champions League next season. But before we begin the discussion, let's just take a look at the Premier League table in terms of how that top four race looks currently. So we'll be able to get a better understanding of where things do stand. Whilst we do wait for that, no, this is actually the fixtures. If we could get the table and look at how things do stand, and perfect. So Chelsea, we assume, with games in hand above the teams above them, should probably finish third, barring any dramatic circumstances in the end of the season. But Tottenham, Arsenal, Manchester United, West Ham, and possibly Wolves. Wolves, that would be a bit tough. But let's just look at West Ham, Manchester United, Arsenal, and Tottenham. Joel, this is how the table looks. What do you make of it so far, and what does this give you any idea of in terms of projections?
Looking at the table as it stands, it's quite dicey to pick who exactly makes the top four, especially for the fourth spot. Chelsea look likely to make it, even though they do have a game against Arsenal today, and it won't be easy. They also have a game against Manchester United later. But aside these two teams, Chelsea have a much easier fixture and could possibly make that top four. But if you look at Arsenal and Manchester United, that is where the problem is. United losing yesterday to Liverpool by 4 goals means that they gave that opportunity for Arsenal to move a spot above them due to goal difference. And with a goal difference, United currently have 4. It would be a problem if they don't better their goal difference tally. And if you look at where Arsenal stand to, in their last 5 games, they've won just 1. Thomas Partey went down in the game against Crystal Palace, and they've not been the same. They've lost to Brighton, and also they lost to Crystal Palace in that game as well. So you could see that Arsenal have struggled in their last 5 games. And I feel the battle would also include Tottenham if they do lose that North London derby, which they face Arsenal. And I'd like us to look at the fixtures for the top 4 race, where we see Chelsea, Tottenham, Arsenal, and we've seen Chelsea's game in hand. But let's look at Tottenham and Arsenal. We can see that Tottenham have Brentford next, Leicester, who currently are below 9th place, Liverpool, Arsenal, Burnley, and Norwich. That's basically 2 teams that are possibly in the top 6, or that could possibly be in the top 6. The teams remaining for Tottenham are a bit mid-level teams, lower teams, sorry, and that could favor them as well in terms of that. But let's not forget, when we look at Tottenham, Antonio Conte has spoken about the side, saying it's not been easy for them trying to get that top 4 finish. So he needs the squad to be at that level where they can actually make the results count. Arsenal would have to play Chelsea, United, play Tottenham, and also Everton, who are also struggling, Leeds as well. It's not going to be easy for Arsenal, looking at the teams that they've also lost to in the last 3 games. United, on the other hand, and as we go to the next set of fixtures, United, on the other hand, also have a bit of tough fixtures in there where they have Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal in there. And
they lost against Liverpool yesterday.
Sorry, lost to Liverpool. Okay, so they have Arsenal and Chelsea remaining. And that's not going to be easy for them as well because they play them in their next 2 games. So should they drop points, it means that Arsenal would have some form of confidence going into their next or remaining fixtures. West Ham have been an incredible side for me. I think they've done so much and they've done really well this season. But they are playing in Europe still, and I feel that could worry them a bit with where they stand in the Europa League. And if they really want to make an impact it would it would be dependent on how they handle their players and how they use their squads in both Premier League and Europa games, just so they don't have the problem of fatigue and injuries setting in there. So I think the main battle will be between Arsenal, Tottenham, and United. But I feel United may drop out if they continue this run of form that they are on.
So who picks up that last?
That last spot, I'm going to give it to Tottenham. Looking at their fixtures and the form they've been on, I think they are the better side to take that fourth spot.
All right, thank you very much, Joel. That's how we wrap up the sports segment here. You can get some more sports stories on myjoyonline/sports, or follow us on social media at JoySportsGH across Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. My name is Oreku Ampofo.